Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to do a quick thread response to Billy Crayone's Vinyl You Keep Sealed thread, where he just kind of wanted us to go through and just share some of the vinyl we keep sealed and maybe I guess quickly explain why. So I'm just going to do that really quick. Playing in the background as I'm walking around, you guys will hear Herbie Hancock, Maiden Voyage. So that's what's spinning there. I went and looked at my database a second ago before I made this video just to kind of remind myself of what I do have sealed. And in my collection right now, I think I have 118 albums that are sealed. Which is kind of interesting just to look up that little fact. But I pulled some. I didn't obviously pull all those out. I just pulled the ones that I thought maybe people might have a tendency to go, why in the world are you keeping that sealed? So those are the ones I kind of pulled up, and again, I just kind of share those, and we'll go from there. And I didn't want to pull them all out because it's always a pain sometimes putting them back in. So I just kind of put to memory a few of the ones that I do have sealed. So over here in my Big Four collection, I know that I have this Warner Brothers copy of Kill 'Em All that's sealed. And obviously you can see why there. I mean, I collect a bunch of different releases with the Metallica, and so obviously I have other listing copies. What else here? I know there's a Master of Puppets that's still sealed. Again, another Warner Brothers reissue. I have a sealed copy of And Justice for All. I also have a sealed copy of the Black Album. A sealed copy of Load. And a sealed copy of Saint Anger. Beyond Magnetic, I still have that sealed as well. Now I only have one copy of that obviously, but I do have the CD. So, and then same thing with Death Magnetic here. I have a sealed copy there too. So in the case of all the Metallica stuff there, obviously as you can kind of see I have multiple copies, and I just keep that particular issue that I found sealed. So then ACDC, Black Ice, I did keep that sealed when I got it, and I do have the CD, have two CDs actually, a yellow one and a red one. And then I think I also, the Iron Man 2 soundtrack, I kept that sealed as well. And I wasn't, that concerned about opening this one necessarily, because this is pretty much just kind of ACDC greatest hits. I mean, I have all that stuff available to listen to. Let's see, what else? Ozzy Osbourne, I know his release on Scream, I kept that sealed as well, so I have not opened that one yet. And then Guns N' Roses, The Spaghetti Incident, and again I have that on CD and cassette, so that's why I kept that sealed. Actually, this Ozzy Scream I do not have on CD or cassette, but I did go through and listen to the entire album online, and I guess one of the reasons why maybe I haven't opened it is because I don't think it's like his greatest album that I will listen to all the time, but it's definitely one I wanted to have, so I just haven't felt like I've had to open it yet. Other things, I know, let's see, Disturbed, I do still have a sealed copy of that. And the reason why is because I have two copies there, so I have a listening copy and a copy I've kept sealed. And the only reason I have two copies of this one is because I found this one some time ago at a Hastings marked down from $31 to $8. And I was like, I have to pick that up. There's no way I can walk away from that. And then Disturbed Indestructible, that's still sealed. And then I also have Asylum, which is also sealed as well. And I have all those on CD, so that's one of the reasons why they're there. Machine Head. This has actually been one kind of hard to keep sealed too, but sometimes when I get albums, I just get like this, I don't know, something just gets kind of stuck in my mind that this album is going to become rare, this album is going to be, a collector's item and blah, blah, blah. And so as long as I can listen to it and enjoy it, whether it be through CD or MP3, which I have this in my iPod, I'll just get the urge sometimes just to kind of keep an album sealed because it I don't know, it's just sometimes just an urge I get sometimes with certain albums, and this was one of them where I was like, you know, someday that album's going to be worth a ton, and I just want to have a nice sealed copy in my collection. Because I mean, again, for me, I can be very honest about that. I mean, if it was just about listening to music, I wouldn't have to have all of this. You know, you could just throw it all on an MP3 there, and you know, have this entire collection within a 3x3 inch device or whatever. But you know, there is a part of me that is about the collection aspect of music, as well as the listening aspect of music, as well as the interaction aspect of music. So there's definitely some of this stuff where the collector in me is kind of coming out, and so it's things like that Machine Head I just showed you is one of them. And there's a few other things over here too. This Mastodon, Blood Mountain. This is the 2-disc 45 RPM set that's still sealed. I always have a hard time putting those two words together. And the reason why, of course, is because I have a regular 33 1/3 listening copy there, so I just kept that one sealed. Something else in here too. Let me just kind of just browse through it quick. Oh, Slipknot Volume 3. I have not opened that one yet. I do have that on CD as well. Black Label Society. I have not opened that one yet because I do have that on CD and MP3. And I thought there was something else in here. Yeah, maybe I should have pulled them out. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think maybe that's it within the hair metal and metal stuff. But I know over here I do have a few things that are sealed. No, actually I opened that one. Give me just, okay, here we go. Fuel, I'm sorry, lighting there. Sunburn, I kept that one sealed. I do have that on CD as well. Pearl, actually, I had all my, not all, 2 or 3 of my Pearl Jams sealed, and I've recently opened all of those. So I recently, I'm just saying recently, like in the past 5 or 6 months, even though I've had all these on CD, I cracked open 10, and I cracked open Versus, as well as Vitology, and the Live. So those are now all officially open. Let's see, Korn. I kept this one sealed, which again I have on CD. And Marilyn Manson. I haven't opened that one yet. Also on CD. And the new Marilyn Manson. Again, I have not opened that one yet. I listened to this one online. You know, every single song all the way through. And I mean, I wasn't extremely impressed by it. There's some decent stuff on there, but again, when it comes to Marilyn Manson stuff, the collector side of me kind of starts to come out there too, because I know his stuff always down the line ends up being very valuable and kind of rare in most cases. I've not opened my 9 Inch Nails Downward Spiral. That's still sealed, and again, I have that on CD and cassette. And this is probably the one that I catch the most flack over for not opening, and that is my Nirvana collection. My entire Nirvana collection. So sorry, get this room. There's not much that glare from outside. My entire Nirvana collection is sealed. And again, I have all of this on CD. I have most of it on cassette as well. But as you can see here, we have Incesticide, which I have not opened yet. Bleach, Nevermind, In Utero, Unplugged, and Live at Reading. So all of my Nirvana LPs are still sealed. Now again, you ask why. It's one of those collector things inside of me. Again, I have all the albums on CD, so I've listened to them all. But you know, whenever I think about my collection, I always think about kind of the next step in my collection beyond me. And I think I've mentioned this before in a past video, where when I talk about, for instance, why I put those little labels on the back of my LPs, it's not because obviously I don't know the information about the record, but I like thinking about my collection kind of as a library. So, when I pass on, or if I ever pass this to, let's say, kids in the future, whatever the case may be, it's kind of like, how cool would it be to have everything cataloged so properly, and to have, someone 30 years from now looking back at that and going, wow, this is a sealed, perfect condition Nirvana collection and blah, blah, blah. That to me brings almost just as much joy in that thought process as me enjoying the music now as well. So I'm kind of doing both. Hope that makes sense. I'm just kind of rambling there. I'll put those back later. So those are some of the sealed LPs I had there. And then I pulled out this little stack here, which again, I thought these would be the ones that people might go, like, why the heck are you keeping those sealed? So we have the Who Face Dances, which I have a sealed copy here, and also have a listening copy of this that I found in a dollar bin. So same thing here with Bad Company, Holy Water. I do have a listening copy of that. Green Day Super International Hits. I kept that one sealed. I do have the CD. Same with Nimrod here. I have the CD of that as well. Insomniac, I have the CD there. And I do have Dookie as well, but actually I had to open that one. I wasn't able to keep that one sealed, so even though I had the CD there. Slash, I kept this one sealed as well. Weezer Blue Album, and again, this goes back to much what I was saying about the Nirvana. I just have an urge to keep my Weezer LPs sealed for whatever reason. But I do have all these on CD and cassette. So that's the Blue Album. It's their newest one there, along with Ratitude, along with the Red Album there. And I do also have, I'm showing the Weezer stuff, I do have a copy of the Green Album, but that one is not sealed. So was not able to keep that one sealed. Alright. Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits. Kept that one sealed. I actually had a listening copy of this, and I ended up selling that. But I have this on CD in my MP3, so I just always tend to listen to it there for the most part. Same thing with Lucky Town here. Nice sealed copy that I have on CD and cassette. Franz Ferdinand. Have this one and that one, both of which I've kept sealed. And again, have both of those on CD. And then my Radiohead collection, which again, I don't know why, just like the Nirvana, this is just a artist collection that I get pretty adamant about keeping sealed. King of the Limbs right there, of course. We got Rainbows. Matter of fact, I should say, this is the only one I did open, which is the 12-inch single of Karma Police. So that one is not sealed. But OK Computer. And you can always tell in my collections which ones are sealed because I put this little tiny sticker on the front of all of them that says sealed. Then you got the Bins and Pablo Honey. So again, like I said, I got about 118, 120 total records in my collection are sealed, and those are probably the ones that people wonder why the most that I keep sealed. But anyway, there you go, Billy. Thanks as always for putting up a good question, good thread, and let me know what you guys think, even though I know what a lot of you are probably going to say, but always interested in your comments. So thanks, VC, and we'll talk to you soon.